Hello, I'm Ali Langdon. Welcome to A Current Affair. They're a law unto themselves, arriving at road crash sites, fighting and harassing victims. There's a turf war erupting between tow truck drivers. It's ugly and led to calls to clean it up.
Are you threatening me? You called me saying you're going to put a baseball bat over my head.
Toe-to-toe turmoil.
All you do is make trouble all the time and you can't back it.
And nasty roadside rumbles.
It's just out of control.
It's a cowboy culture that ain't towing the line.
Well, clearly we expect a standard of conduct from our tow truck operators and licence holders.
Have you been done for drugs, dwarf?
Tonight, tow truck drivers come forward to speak out against industry rivals Reedy Towing, run by this man, Mark Reedy.
We got 300 drivers. We had 2 test positive.
Where you're driving a heavy vehicle, you're attending the scenes of accidents, etc. It is totally unacceptable that you'd be under the influence of drugs.
Is there a cultural issue within Reedy Towing? It's a Saturday morning in Brisbane. A dash cam captures motorists passing an accident when suddenly a brawl breaks out between competing tow truck drivers. On another day on this street corner, Towies are vying to help a shaken woman who's also just had a prank.
Leave her alone. Mate!
A bystander steps in to try settle everyone down.
You're doing it to me, no, you're hassling her and I'm looking out for her since she's just had an accident.
She's told you she doesn't want to go with you.
I just was asking her insurance, don't you understand, right? Shall I just find the police then?
Here, multiple drivers swarm another female motorist who's hoping to get a tow at a different roadside crash.
Can you please leave her alone?
Where are they going to draw a line in the sand and say enough's enough?
In the Brisbane game of tows, rivals claim Reedy Towing holds the monopoly on smashes, running the roads with most of the major contracts.
Ready towing, it's all about getting that signature.
4 or 5 of them, they're pushing us out the way to try to talk to the customer.
I'm not forced to do that anymore.
Dean Nicol quit Reedy Towing 2 months ago. He claims in his year with the company, if he wasn't ruthless, he wouldn't have a job. He says he was encouraged to sign up multiple motorists at accident scenes.
By signing more than one car up at a time is against the law. You're only allowed to sign 1, and I was told to sign 4.
This is a different Reedy Towing operator, Travis Rhodes, arriving at a smash site already under the care of another competitor. This dashcam captures the moment he punches a rival driver. Months after this tow truck tantrum, we found him operating around town. This man, who is also a Reedy Towing employee, has been charged with assault and is yet to enter a plea.
They're there to help people, they're not there to be involved in fisticuffs.
As a former police officer, criminologist Terry Goldsworthy has seen it all at crash scenes.
We had to step in, intervene to make sure that the people involved in the accident weren't being unduly duressed by the behaviour of the tow truck operators.
Their drivers are just parasites, you know, they shouldn't have tow truck licences.
Rick Miller also used to work for Reedy Towing, quitting after a 2-year stint. He's seen a fair share of tiffs and tussles, but draws the line at drug driving. In the last month, police have charged a number of Reedy Towing employees with drug driving offences.
This is Robert, drives for Reedy Towing. He's still got a crash licence, and the police and the Queensland Transport let this happen after they know they've drug tested them.
Rick shares the same patch with rival Reedy driver Robert Strawn.
Have you been done for drugs, dwarf, from a motorbike policeman?
Robert Strawn has been charged with driving with drugs in his system. He's yet to enter a plea.
Look at ya! Look at ya! Look at ya!
His colleague Angus Fuller is charged with driving with cocaine in his system.
Are you still allowed to drive? Are you still working at Reedy Towing? What has Reedy Towing said? What have your employees said about your charges?
While he hasn't entered a plea, he told A Current Affair he hasn't lost his job. This Snapchat video was sent from Angus Fuller's account. It shows what appears to be white powder. Fellow Towie Chris Towies was busted in his work truck, driving with methamphetamine in his system.
Chris Towies, hi, it's Arisha Bradley from A Current Affair. How are you going?
Good,
We just want to ask you about your drug driving charge.
don't know what you're talking about. No comment, thank you.
No comment? So you're not still employed by Reedy Towing?
Reedy Towing, no.
No?
No. I've been employed for them for 13 years.
But here he is in uniform on the Reedy Towing Facebook page just last month. It's understood he's been a contractor for the company.
You had an illicit drug in your system while on the job. I mean, aren't you supposed to help people at an accident scene, not put them in harm's way?
Chris Towies pleaded guilty and lost his licence for 6 months.
Misbehaviour and criminal behaviour will no longer be tolerated within the industry.
I was just curious about your drug policies.
This is a rival Towie confronting Reedy Towing's director, Mark Reedy.
I was curious at your point of view on it all, just, you know.
It'll be interesting to see when the other tow truck drivers in the industry get tested. We've got 300 drivers. We had 2 test positive.
2? What about the third one?
5 years ago, regulations were rolled in, promising to overhaul Queensland's towing industry, clamping down on operators towing cars parked in private properties for exorbitant fees. But a new bill introduced to Parliament in June could weed out drivers with a criminal record.
I think one of the major goals or aims that it has is to tidy up the industry, remove those people who are bringing the industry into disrepute.
It's never changed. They never fixed the problem.
Keep our roads drug-free. We're supposed to be cleaning up accidents, not causing them.
We gave Reedy Towing the opportunity to answer questions about its drivers' conduct. They have not responded. When we grow old, we hope our loved ones will be there to protect us. But when that can't happen, isolated and vulnerable people